Hey, sports fans. It's Greg Medford from Medford Knife, MKT USA. A little Willie Wallaby, Blake Licorice. Let a few filthy animals get online before I start talking. I'll show you some cool knives. We'll go over a couple of things. We're going to do a couple of things with you boys. There's two of you on. All right. If that's the case, I'm going to have one more piece of black licorice. Who's on? Say hi. Say hi if you're on. Love me some black licorice. Hey, Sid. A couple more of you on. Oh, there we go. Well, hey, Nick. Pacific Northwest Inverts, USMC 38, Semper Fi. Semper Fi to you, man. PDM, Semper Fi. What's up? Hey, James. Okay. Got a couple of you on. Now I can talk to you. When there says 0 there, I don't feel like talking. I feel like all weird inside. If a guy vlogs and there's no one there to hear it, does it really happen at all? All right. I wanted to do a correction. In my last couple of videos, I screwed up the times. So our 2022 live Medford holiday show is Friday, November 18th. So that's this Friday coming up. It's at 4. Oh, Pitchforks, you're absolutely right. We've got Friday, November 18th at 4:30 Arizona time. That's 6:30 East Coast, 3:30 West Coast time for everyone who is paying attention. We're going to have at least 50 customs. We'll have some custom ASK knives. We've got some stuff we're giving away, some Damascus one-offs. You can go to medfordknife.com/VHS, like Virtual Holiday Show 2022. I'll be there. Maybe I'll have some guests. You never know. I'm not going to talk about the election because I can't take it. I don't want to have my soul bruised about, but I do want to show you some knives. So no politics today, just what's going on and some knives. So the first thing that happened is I got a knife stuck in my hand this afternoon. Hey, that's not a bad idea for the MedHeads giveaway. The first knife is actually a Theseus. So this is an original Gen 1 Theseus, new old stock, with the original coin clip on it, and the guys did some cool stuff. So I will show you. You can see what you think. So it's got this, I don't know how we're doing this finish, but it's got, I do know how we're doing it. But I forget what we call this thing. I don't know if they call it Chimera or Virus or something. And it's got the original Gen 1 coin clip, belt clip. All right, and then on the presentation side, I don't know if you can see this, but those slots go all the way through. Maybe I could cram a piece of paper up in there and show you. So, I mean, I could do it from above too. Yeah. So you can see the slots are open. It's actually really cool. And then it's got a PVD blade. It's been PVD'd and faced with some sculpting on the spine. This knife is one of my favorite designs. And the coin clip, you know, there's a lot going on here, and it requires this. I have found that knife people will allow you one kind of mulligan, one little thing about a knife they're not sure about. But if you get two things they're not sure about, death of the product. So eventually we put a regular, more traditional style clip on here, but I love the coin clip. Doesn't look like a knife hanging out of your pocket. It looks like it could be a key tchotchke. Doesn't get in the way of your primary grip when you're holding it with your three big fingers. And I love this knife in every way. So this is the Theseus Gen 1. You can see it black and faced, PVD and faced with sculpting. And the sculpting is PVD, not clear, not raw metal. It's an S35VN blade. I forget if we call this Virus or Chimera or something. It's got a Virus finish on it. It's got a black, Jesus, I actually can't tell. I think it's tumbled back strap. I actually can't tell with my eyes here. I think it's, I don't know. Looks like it's tumbled. Anyways, pretty cool knife with these slots all the way through the handle. Super sexy. Moving on to knife number 2 for today. Let me put this one away. What's going on out there in YouTube land? Anything exciting? Here we go. Oh, USMC Fighter Flipper in Marine Corps dress blue configuration, just in time for the Marine Corps birthday this year. It's black and blue with gold accoutrements like the front of our tunic, black like our Corps frame shoes, blood red anodized backstrap spacer. It's got, that is our, like our blue gabardine with blood red stripe. I know the colors don't match the uniform perfectly, but I think if you're a jarhead from the clan Jarhead and you speak Jarhead, then you will appreciate the Jarheadness of this. Gold, black, blue, and red. Super sexy USMC Fighter Flipper. What's neat about this knife is I spent a few moments with the president of K-Bar, and he saw the knife, and I told him kind of why I did it. And he just, you should see him stare at the knife. It was so fun for me. He's a pretty dapper guy. He dresses really nicely. I hand the knife to him, and you could see he was like, he goes, and I was like, is he want to like sue me or cease and desist me? And then he opened it and he was like, oh, that's cool. It was kind of neat. I got in the business because I wanted to buy K-Bar years ago. Talk about delusions of grandeur. Now I just want to do my own thing. All right, so this little walk down memory lane. This is a TFF1 that's got some really cool fireworks finish and anno on it. So we've got a well-tumbled S35VN blade in plain raw tumble, kind of halfway to our ASK finish and our standard finish, so pretty glossy. And then we've taken these blasted titanium sides and we have ground some random patterns on them. Blue and gold, contrast anodized hardware, and then electro-oxidize this. So it is just it's my original first knife I ever drew up. Fits my hand perfectly. If you got extra large size paws, this is a great knife. It's got great action, positive detent, no play axially, laterally. It's just a lovely knife. It's got about 20% lockup. Really, really nice. TFF1, the way it was meant to be, and a little sexy. All right, let's go to the next one. The next one, got a MIDI Marauder. It's got some sculpting on it. Now, I forget what the kids are calling this. MIDI Marauder with some heavy sculpting on it. It's not peaks and valleys. I don't know what that is. They've got all kinds of names for them now. There's not a ton to say about this. This is a Magna Cut blade. We had a couple eras of Magna Cut. We had some stuff we did at kind of our normal 5960 Rockwell, and then we shifted over to 62 Rockwell. I spent some time on the phone with Laird, who came up with it, came up with the metal, and He assuaged my concern about going too hard, too fast. That's what she said. Anyways, Midi Marauder, just really, really sexy knife. And it's a slim little guy. You know, everyone's like, oh, Medford, you make big knives. Anybody says, oh, you're a big knife, make big knives. Well, they haven't looked at my stuff in like 5 years, maybe longer. You know, when I started making knives, like Striders were the most expensive knives out on the market. I think they were like maybe $375 or I don't know, maybe $425. And I just did the math on what it took to make them labor and material wise. And I just said, oh, this is what the price needs to be. And I've maintained that. We did one price increase last year. Well, I guess it was this year in all these years. Okay, so, wow. I'm going to show you this knife. And I'm not even going to tell you how we did this. Man, it's pretty. So this is a Praetorian Genesis. It's not edged. It's all PVD, except the hardware is colorful, and there's been some gentle slits put onto the exterior surface through the PVD, then oxidized. So very quick look, it's very dark, it's a black knife, and as you get closer, it's got some really sexy bling. Just a great looking knife. I don't know. I see like sports cars that have these cool paint jobs where they change color. It reminds me of that a little bit. So Praetorian Genesis, really cool knife, by the way, really cool knife. So we got that. I'm going to be doing for the show. So these will be available and they'll be up, and they may be up now at medfordknife.com/VHS, as in Virtual Holiday Show 2022. That's this Friday, 4:30 Arizona time, and that's 6:30 New York time or East Coast time, 3:30, 1 hour behind us, California time. Now, shout out to my CBP buddies. I got a bunch of them. One of my fire team leader when I was in the Marine Corps, Carlo. He's with CBP now. It's fun. It's fun running into these people from my past who've gone on and done cool things, and I get to run into them, and they reach out to me or they stumble across me. Carlos we hadn't talked in years and years and years. We lost touch, and his son was looking at knives. I think he was looking on Blade HQ, and they see this. They're kind of looking at knives together. You know, what's a former Marine dad who's with CBP, and he's got his kid. They're looking over knives together, and they get to this one. It says, crazy ex-Marine, polarizing ex-Marine spouts off. He goes, oh my God, that sounds like my old friend Greg Medford. And he goes, I guess he thought that in his head. He goes, oh, that kind of sounds like Medford. And then he goes, the video pops up, and it's, Greg Medford, knife maker. And he goes, my jaw just dropped. So he reached out to me. We connected. It was really fun. He came out to my house. We did electrical work at my house. I bought an old house, and we had a great time. So Semper Fidelis there, Carlo. Happy birthday a couple days late. Virtual holiday show. We got a lot of fun stuff. I don't think we're going to have hookers this year. I know a couple years ago, somebody was going to get girls for the show for some eye candy, and I think they were hookers. Just guessing. If one of the girls are turned into a fan, they're watching the show, and you're not a hooker, I'm really sorry, but I'm pretty sure they were prostitutes. They were very friendly. They were funny, but they were definitely naughty. 4:30 this Friday, you guys. Come around and enjoy the show. Also, if you go to Facebook, you can go to the Medheads group. Get in there with the Medheads, and they have access to some fun giveaways we've been helping them out a little bit with. Been a very supportive and boisterous vocal group. There's also the Medford aficionados. Go say hi to them on Facebook. We're not really on Facebook or Instagram anymore. Haven't been for almost coming up on a year now, I guess. It's just been nice and liberating. We do this. I do this. Amy does her on the table videos with the knives laid out on the table that are shipping out. And then I do my podcast, which is the Greg Medford Show, over at iTunes and Spotify and Rumble. And then we do the non-controversial episodes with video. We put those up on YouTube as well. But we know that I will get my teeth kicked in if we talk about anything controversial. Anyway, Greg Medford, Medford Knives, MKT USA. Check us out Friday, 4:30 for the virtual holiday show. We've got all kinds of cool stuff going on, cool giveaways. Should be great. See you guys there.